what it is, what's happening. Welcome to the channel. And see, I picked up a few new subscribers. Welcome as well. And for you new guys, well, I like junk. Lots of it. So the channel kind of revolves around junk. Like old tow trucks and junk. Anyway, so what's going on the channel this week? Not a whole lot. I haven't done a whole lot of videos. It's just been a lot going on. So, putting a motor in a Cadillac, yay. But we're getting ready to head out to Ocean City, Maryland for the huge car cruise. And I kind of got a little dilemma here. Let me show you. So here's my dilemma. This is my 52 Ford pickup. Had this truck well over 10 years. It's an awesome, awesome truck. Drives, runs perfect. But here's my dilemma. These guys right here. I love these. But I made a big mistake. And my mistake is these tires on these wheels are a little too big. So I run 235, 75, 15s all around this truck. Problem. This truck's got manual steering, manual brakes, which that's not really a problem, but it makes this truck really hard to steer. Now back in the day, when I first put this truck on the road, I used these wheels and tires, which were on my 52 or on my 53 Ford pickup. And this is what I ran. Now this was a rear tire, so this is a 225, 75, 15. This is a factory Ford trim ring. You'd find this trim ring on like early to mid 80s Ford pickups and Broncos that were four-wheel drive. When Ford used to have the wagon wheel style wheels, they had these trim rings with a center cap. These trim rings actually got a nice red stripe in them, and I used a 57 Ford hubcap. Kind of like that look. I ran a, let me think here, I have to look at the tire size. I ran a 215 75-15 on the front with about 40 pounds of air in it, and this truck drove and steered like a dream. So, do I want to put these wheels and tires back on it? Or do I want to stay with the torque thrust wheels with the 235s? Makes it hard to steer. Not bad going down the road. As long as you're moving, it's not hard. It's when you got to put it in a parking space. An Ocean City car show, it gets packed. Now, last weekend, we were over in New Jersey, in Wildwood, at the car show in Wildwood, New Jersey. We put the truck on the ferry, and the ferry, Cape May Lewis Ferry, drops us right in Cape May, and Wildwood's right down the street. Nice little ride. So we got to do the boat ride. Now, that's what's nice about living right here. We're 17 miles either which way. That's awesome. We're like right in the middle. I can be in Ocean City in 15, 20 minutes. I can be on the Cape May Lewis Ferry, 15, 20 minutes. It's about a 30, 40-minute ride over the water. And you're right in Cape May. It's awesome. But I don't know if I want to change the wheels and tires. Now, these red wheels and tires were actually on my 53 Ford pickup. But I changed my 53 Ford pickup. That truck's not here. It's actually over at the beach house in the garage. And I changed that truck from, this has got the 5-on-5 bolt pattern is what this truck has. The 53 now has 5-on-4.5 bolt pattern. So I can put so basically I can put car 5-lug wheels on the 53 Ford pickup, where this truck still takes the big 5-lug Ford truck bolt pattern, in layman's terms. So, decisions. Because I kind of do like the old school white wall hubcap look. But my other issue is, in my brain, I knew 2 hubcaps were not that great, but I thought they were in better shape than this. They're really rough. 2 of them are just really raggy. 2 of them are perfect driver quality, which is all I want. I want driver quality. I don't want brand new. I don't want it to be perfect because the truck's not perfect. So I got 2 that are really perfect driver quality, and I got 2 that are really crappy. So I'm kind of leaning towards just leaving it alone and driving it with the torque thrust on it. See, I have another plan, And, well, I'll let you in on the secret. So the other half of the story is that the torque thrust wheels are going to end up on my 66. I'm going to bring this truck down in the back. I'm not going to lower the truck. I'm just going to bring the back of the truck down. I'm going to take some leaf springs out of the back, bring it down, and then I'm changing the truck to 5-lug. And I'm going to put a 9-inch rear in it with, I think I'm going to put a 300 gear in it, because this truck's got a big block in it and a C6 trans, and it's got a 410 gear in it right now, and this thing is horrible on the highway. And it wouldn't be fair if I didn't open the hood up and show you guys what's under the hood, because I know some guys will be like, oh man, you didn't show us under the hood. So this is what's under the hood. It's a 460 with a C6 trans. It's out of a 85 F350 utility truck that had right around 50,000 miles on it, and it got driven into a telephone pole. All I did to this motor was reseal it. I think I put an oil pump in it just for good measure, put aluminum intake on it, and everybody hates that distributor, but it works excellent. It's got a 600 Edelbrock on it. That distributor, that's it. Other than that, it's bone stock. It's got 2.5-inch exhaust, and mufflers look like Flowmasters, but they're actually Thrush mufflers. Sounds really good. It's not obnoxious. It's actually a really, really good driver. I put this thing together 7 or 8 years ago. This truck was a 352 FE motor with a 3-speed on a column. It's a camper special. I'm going to put power steering in this truck. I've already bought all the stuff to give it power brakes, and we're going to do disc brakes on the front with a 9-inch rear in it. We're going to do some other stuff to the truck. The outside of the truck I'm leaving alone. Not changing anything with the outside, other than I might paint the hood to somewhat match the truck. We're going to shorten this column up, which I'm going to share on the channel how I'm going to do that. I'm going to move this column in, because when I sit in it, look how much room there is between here and here. It's horrible. So we're going to move the column down, and I think I'm going to change. Right now it's got a teal green carpet in it, but I think we're going to get rid of the teal green, and we're definitely getting rid of the Z-Gate B&M shifter. That's going bye-byes. We're going to put a low car shifter in this truck, and we're going to leave the rest of the truck alone. The front seat is out of a 96 F-150. It's a direct bolt in. If you use the track out of your 66, the track out of your 66 will bolt right to the later model seat, and it bolts right in the truck without drilling any holes. Nice little tip for you. Everything else about this truck is pretty much stock. Got a nice fancy Matco battery hold down. They make these now, especially after you crush them with a hammer when you're in a fit of rage working on some late model garbage. They make nice battery hold downs. But that's what the plans are with this truck, and that's kind of why I wanted to go with the steel wheels back on the 52, because I was going to put the torque thrust on this one. But I'm also kind of thinking that the steel wheels would look good on this truck as well. Undecided, not sure what to do. And the reason it has the red hood on it is when I bought that truck, the hood was rusted out at the end. The guy gave me that hood with the truck when I purchased the truck. I was towing the truck up to my dad's shop because at the time, that's where I kept my exhaust machine. So I towed the truck up to my dad's shop to do exhaust. I had it on the back of the wrecker, and the hood blew open going over the bridge. Luckily, didn't bust the windshield, didn't dent the roof, which I don't know how, but it destroyed the hood. It put a scratch on the roof. Ooh, like a scratch is going to hurt that truck. My girlfriend absolutely loves this truck. She wants to take it this weekend, but I just don't. I'd rather take the 52. The carburetor is a little screwed up on it because the truck really needs a gas tank. It's got 2 fuel filters on them, and both of them are plugged up again. So I got to take the carburetor apart and clean it out. Every time I do, it's got rust settlement in the bottom of it. I know a lot of guys hate the Edelbrock carb. That's fine. I use both. I use Edelbrock or I use a Holley. That ended up with Edelbrock because at the time I had it, it was on something else, so it got used. That's how I do things. So that's my dilemma. It's always something around here. But some gooder news, because gooder's a word. We put some insurance on this truck today. We've got our front clip all together. We got her all lined up. It actually, other than this terrible gap here, but that's because of the Chinesium fenders, these fenders fit really well. I'm really pleased with the way everything turned out. I painted everything. It's a little dirty because it's been sitting outside, but we've got our inner fender wells all painted. We got our rad sport painted. We had the radiator in it, but the factory hold downs just don't fit the aftermarket radiator at all. So I'm trying to come up with some kind of idea to make the radiator fit. We've had a lot of pollen here the last couple of days, so that's what all this is. But it'll wash right off. It cleans up. Every bolt is in the front end. It's all bolted together. It fit really okay. I'm not gonna lie. What do you expect? It's Chinesium. But it's all together. I put every bolt in it. And you know, when you're doing something like this, like a project like this, where this has been apart and somebody else had worked on it, do yourself a favor. Buy the front end bolt kit. I spent $50 on eBay for a front end bolt kit for a square body Chevy. Came with every bolt, every clip, and it actually came with a lot of extra stuff in the kit, which was great. Because I ruined a couple of the speed clips just because they fought me putting it together. But it made the job so much easier. Put a little never sees on every bolt and ran them all right in. Everything's together. Like I said, other than this horrible gap line right here. And you know, I could probably, if this was going to be a show truck, I'd probably weld a piece on this to make it look right, but it's a tow truck. We're going to use it. We are going to go to car shows and parades and crap with it, but it should look more like that, which it doesn't. Now this obviously is all good old GM sheet metal there. Both sides are exactly the same. It is what it is. This truck's going to be painted a flat green color very shortly. We're working away, whittling at it. But this fender's the same exact way. So I'm not very happy about that. This is a second set of fenders I got from these people because the other ones came damaged. So I'm just going to live with it. It's okay. I'm not going to get upset about it. But I think once it's all back together and it's painted green, it's going to be a flat, dark green, not an army green, but a dark, flat green. I think it'll look good. And the reason we're going green is I want it to somewhat match that Dodge tow truck and the 52 Chevy tow truck that's out in the driveway. I kind of want all three of them to be the same. My goal is to get all three of these turds up and running and driving, and then it'd be really cool to go to a parade or car show where I could have all three of these turds. That would be kind of cool. That's my dream. Gotta have a dream, I guess. But that's kind of what's going on the channel. But we did put some insurance on this today. And we put some insurance on the J10. We're getting close to putting tags on these things, boys. The J10, I haven't really shared much on the content on the J10 because I haven't really done anything with the J10. We're just about ready to bend some exhaust up for it, which I'll share when I bend up the exhaust on the machine. And then we got to tear into the transfer case. We're going to put a part-time kit in it to get rid of the Quadra-Trac because the Quadra-Trac is slipping. But the J10 is running and driving. She's got brakes, half the lights. I don't have any lights on the bed yet, but she's up. But I sold 2 cars off of my, well, that's not fair. I got rid of my Mercedes wagon, which was on my insurance, and I have a Chevy van over there that I've had a lot of problems with the title, so it's on hold for right now. So I pulled the insurance off of it, put it on this, put it on that tow truck because I'm ready. It's time. We'll get tags on this thing. Hopefully in another week or two. It all depends on my side work. Got to knock out a few of these jobs. I'm buying everything new for the front of the wrecker here. We're not really worried about getting it painted. We're just going to, right now, get all the lights working, get everything working, get this thing over DMV and get some tags on it. Then we'll break it somewhat back apart and paint it. But we're going to put all new across the front. Grill, headlight doors, headlights, turn signals. I actually already bought some of the stuff. I got new marker lights to go on the fenders. Got new mirrors. Probably going to rewire the whole back of the truck because just typical wrecker. Nothing's wired worth of crap. It's all rigged up. But our goal is to make this thing run, drive, which it already runs and drives. It's got all new brakes on it. Our goal is to get all lights working, 6 new tires, and get it over to DMV, get some tags on it. Then we're going to bring it back home, break it down, get all this out, all this off, glide over it, and put some color on it. And then we can finally be somewhat close to being done with this turd. So that's what's happening on the channel this week. Stick tuned, stay tuned, stick tuned, stay tuned. I'm doing a collaboration with another creator on YouTube and over on my TikTok channel if you want to check me out on TikTok. But I'm doing a couple collaboration with a guy that has another YouTube channel. I'm going to share some content with him. We're doing it over the weekend, and I'll share it with you guys. Holla at you, boy. Keep it reals.